Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. One of our missions here on 60 and Me is to stay healthy and happy in our 60s. And I know that there's so many changes that we go through, but one in particular I want to talk about today is balance. Have you noticed yourself feeling like you're more conscious of your balance and being more thoughtful about where you walk and what shoes you wear and, just taking care of yourself? I have some ideas here. This is an important topic because of one of the number one reasons for injury and death and for older people is falls. And I think that this is something we can get control of, we can be aware of it, and we can take care. Now, I wanted to share with you, first of all, because I think you'll find this interesting, the story of how 60 and Me started, because it started with a fall. And that was such a significant moment for me that I think it was, and there always are moments like this that maybe some of you have felt, but I was 64 years old, and I was pretending I was 59. I'd been 59 for 4 years. This is the truth. And because I worked at Microsoft and I was very conscious of age and ageism. And so, you get the story. But anyway, it was Christmas and I was going to visit my family. They had booked this, like a place in the mountains. It was like a little chalet in the mountains and we were all going to get together. We very rarely did that, but it was meeting them. So I was living in London and I got the train to Paris, went around for a little walk around Paris at night near Notre Dame Cathedral, and I tripped. I was wearing shoes that were not realistic for walking on cobblestones, and they were high-heeled boots, and I fell, and I cracked my tooth, and I cut my glasses broke, and I cut my face, and my arm fell. I fell on my arm. So it wasn't like I was pretty damaged though, and nobody helped me. This was the thing too that was awful. People just walked around me. And so a couple finally did stop and help me to get up, and I was dizzy and very disorientated. So I called my son, and he stayed on the phone with me while I walked to the hotel and got to the hotel and collapsed. So then I thought, well, I better go to the emergency room and check it out. So anyway, the long and short of it is it wasn't a good situation, but I made my way eventually to the chalet, and I didn't have a broken arm, thank goodness, but my tooth was chipped. It was not good. So anyway, I got there and I stayed in bed for several days around Christmas, and my mouth broke out in cold sores, fever blisters. And so I couldn't talk, I couldn't smile, I couldn't laugh. I just literally laid in bed. And I realized to myself that I, number one, had not been careful with the shoes. I'd not been recognizing that I was getting older. I was, as I mentioned, 59 for 4 years. And I decided, there's got to be other women out there in the world that are doing what I'm doing and having problems with their balance and falling. And so I put on Facebook a little post. The rest is history. So I don't want to dwell too much on how 60 and Me developed, because that's another story. But that story of how it happened with a fall is really relevant, because a fall can be a wake-up call. Number one, that you're not paying attention to wearing good footwear, that you're not taking care of it. You're not looking down, you're just not paying attention. And it's really easy to overlook the subtle changes, the things that happen that you just don't feel secure anymore, or that you maybe step over a step and oh wow, I almost fell there. Or you actually fall, you actually have a fall. And if you're, able to hold yourself and, get back up again and, wow, that was fortunate. That's the name of the game. But sometimes it's not, and it's more serious. But the thing is, early awareness is critical. Being aware of your balance and, how you're, handling things well is super important. So let me talk about some of the things that we can be aware of, that maybe if you're experiencing these things, that you've got some opportunities to take care of yourself and watch out for falls and improve your balance. Do some things to improve it. Gives us power to act. So the sooner we identify it, the better. And I guess the very first thing is, you're out there walking and you're mindful of uneven ground. You're mindful that I didn't even notice the cobblestones in Paris. I should have noticed. I'm in Europe. There's cobblestones. I didn't even notice, but now you're starting to notice. If you're feeling like, oh wow, gosh, I better walk on that grass or do this. This is not even pavement, that you're just sensing that you're not as, stable on the ground as before, and paying extra attention when you're walking on uneven surfaces. That's one thing to notice. Second thing is if you're cautious on steps and stairs. Railings, anybody? Okay, so I always hold the railings when I go down the steps. I'm 74 now, but I feel like I'm in pretty good shape with awareness of my balance. But I always hold the railings as I go down. I don't mind if it takes me longer. I always do it because I'm usually carrying a bag or two, and I always have hand sanitizer in my pocket. I mean, I'm just a little bit of a thoughtful person when it comes to that, so I always wipe my hands. But if it's taking you longer to walk down the stairs, or you're just feeling that little like, whoa, I better just hold on to the railing, that's another sign to take to note, because it means that your body is sensing. And I'm actually not a doctor or a medical person at all, so I don't know what's causing this, but I think it has got to do something with the chemistry in your brain. It's not just happens because you're old, although some of these things happen as you get older. Next thing, big one here for me, holding back on playtime. Hey guys, don't spin Bubba, please. I get dizzy. I do this all the time. Come on, Bubba, let's do this. No, I'm not going to climb up there. That's a little. Oh, the other one was going on the slide at the pool. Go down the. It was like, no, I think I'll just pass on that one. Have fun, guys. And just being aware that you can't play like you used to play. Can you? Who's been skipping recently? Anybody? Hopscotch? Anybody? I used to do it all the time when I was young, but I cannot, honestly, for the life of me, skip. I think if someone said to me, here's $1,000, just skip it down the street, I would like, sorry, I don't think I can skip. So if you're reluctant to engage with quick movements, and you're cautious of your grandkids are asking you to do something you don't feel really comfortable with, just note that. These are just things to note right now. There's nothing you have to do. If you're feeling cautious when you push back, and of course, the other thing is in social situations, feeling like you can't participate, that you just don't feel in a social event or a party that you maybe don't want to dance, or you don't want to just run around so much. You're just moving in a different way, and it's balanced. You're just not feeling stable. So that's the things. Those are some of the things you can notice. Oh, another thing is noticing not looking down. I think I mentioned that. I always am looking down, and I find that that actually I do it unconsciously. And somebody will walk by, and no one ever smiles at anybody anymore, do they? So it's not like you're looking for smiles. But I look up, and I'm feeling good, and I think, oh, maybe there's someone that I could say hi to, or greetings and good to see. And but I notice I've been looking down all that time, and maybe you just feel your posture, that you're just not sitting. I mean, I do this all the time. Who doesn't do that? I'm sitting in my chair right now. My back is slouched. I just make an effort when I'm doing videos, or anytime I'm sitting at my computer, to sit up. Just to feel the back of your, and you can get like a brace, that makes you like on your back, and it's not because you're like needing a brace, but it reminds you to sit up straight. Does anybody else do anything crazy like that? Anyway, multitasking is another thing that you might notice. You can't do more than one thing at the time. Like, well, just when one of those tasks involves balancing something, like you have to walk really cautiously if you're carrying a plate of food or something. These are all things. So here's the thing, be proactive. First of all, share with friends and family. Just tell them, hey guys, just to let you know, I'm getting a little older, and this is not a stereotype, because not everybody deals with this. This is you, just right now, it's you. I'm feeling a little bit sensitive when I'm walking on cobblestones, and honestly, with the kids, when I play with my grandkids, I just need to let them know, and I've told them, you don't have to say anything, but I've just told them that Bubba's not quite able to do some of these things anymore. So just be aware. So consider, if you are not able to talk to a family member, or if you're solo living, to talk to a healthcare professional. Just talk to someone to say, I've been feeling this recently. What do you suggest? And some of the things we're going to talk about are just like exercises. You're doing some balancing exercises, and I'm not, again, the expert here. So I think there's actually, an article on 60andMe about this. I'm going to have to put the link into it, because this person, I'm so sorry, I've forgotten the name of the author, but I'll put a link to the article in the comment section. Basically a program where you can do some testing to see, and some exercises that you can do. But that's the biggest thing that you can do, besides making people aware, making yourself aware, getting good shoes. It's funny, I actually I don't, this is Again, it's just my experience. I actually found by putting a supportive insole in my shoe, and I think I showed you some shoes that Vivea. They do these really cool shoes made out of plastic. I actually wear them all the time because I love them. But you put an insole, the ones that have got like a little bit of support. And actually, now that it's getting cooler, I'm wearing boots. I wear my boots for ankle support, and they do a great pair of boots. I mean, it's not a promotion, but I just wanted to follow up that I'm still enjoying them. But anyway, boots are important, so you get some ankle support, and anything that reminds you. Don't be afraid of a walking stick. You know, if you need a walking stick, carry one. They can be cool. Paint it pink. I don't know. Just do something to make it feel more like it's not like a medical emergency, but it's just a caution. Nordic sticks if you're walking. You know, just keep yourself reminded that you're, you know, maybe facing some balance challenges. You can do some exercises, do some mental preparation. Wear good shoes. Don't go on places without good footwear. Like if someone says, let's go for a walk in the woods, put some shoes on that are going to keep you steady. And if I ever go to Paris again, and if Notre Dame ever gets rebuilt again, remember there's a big fire there, I will walk with my boots and on my head looking where I'm going and keep my back straight and never fall, at least there again. I've actually fallen since then. I could admit to a couple of times, but you know, I was fortunately in places where it didn't hurt me. But it's just life in your 60s, huh? So if you've got some suggestions, if you've had this challenge, tell us what you did. And also just if you've got any encouragement for people from your own experiences. I know one of our beautiful women in our 60 community, in our Patreon group, which I mention all the time that we do this live show, she just emailed to say that she's just had a very bad fall and is in bed for a week. And she's got medications, and of course we're all giving her tons of love and concern. But it happens to everybody sometimes, so don't be embarrassed. It's just you and me, all of us together. Okay, take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay strong, stay aware of who you are as you get older, and just enjoy this beautiful life. Be careful and strong out there, okay? Take care.